Okay, so this is for Fred. How you doing, Fred? Did it go off? Is it on?
Yeah.
Is it all right? It's working? Okay. So we're going to review what we did on today's Thursday. What is it? And we're going to review today's Tuesday? No, today's Thursday. We're going to review what we did on Tuesday. Very good, Abdullah. Very good. Okay. So make sure you have your books out, and we're going to look at page 14 and 15. Now, you see on page 14 and 15 the two graphs. Graph on page 14, and I'm going to take 8 data points. 8 data points. Right. I want to generate 8 ordered pairs from that graph. Now, the ordered pair is what? What's an ordered pair? Ordered pair is an X and Y points. Here it's going to be T and D. That's going to be an ordered pair, correct? Here I have a graph, and that's going to have a T value, and it's going to have a D value, just like on the graph, correct? And let's say, for instance, we're going to make a number up. Let's say that this is going to be 4, and let's say that this is, I don't know, pick a number, 400?
400.
Let's say 400, okay, and this says 400 over here. Didn't leave myself enough room, 400. So the ordered pair would be what? What would the ordered pair be? Yes. 4 and 400, right? That would be 4 and 400, correct? Okay, so I want to do that to the graph on page 14. And it's called deconstructing the graph, okay? Now, the point of this, ouch. The point of this is going to be, the point of this is to take the graph and generate data from the graph, because you may not have constructed the graph. Why do you construct a graph? We spoke about this on Tuesday. Remember? Yes. To understand better the data. You're actually making a picture out of it, aren't you? And things, when you look at a column of numbers, is it possible that you may not have any idea what it is you're looking at? And that if you make a graph, a picture, what might appear? Yeah. Ideas, things might appear on what the data is actually doing. And I can draw conclusions on what the data is by looking at the graph. A picture says 1,000 words, there's an expression. I'd like to know who said that. Yes? You can analyze the data better, exactly. But what happens if you didn't construct the graph from the data? Yeah, you might not know where it comes from. There might be other things you want to do with the data. So maybe it's important to be able to generate data from the graph and then put it back together. There's also something valuable in that. So if you look at the graph on page 14, I'll start you off by putting in the X values or the T value, okay? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? All right, now we have people have been estimating, correct? So we're not necessarily going to agree on all the values, and I don't really want to get into the estimation again like we did on Tuesday, but let's see if we can come to some kind of agreement on what the values for the distance will be. Abdullah. I beg your pardon? You don't need to estimate? You're right. This graph, there's not a lot of estimation, is there? Because it's right on a line, isn't it?
Yeah.
But are you still estimating, though, Abdullah? What are you estimating? You're estimating that it's right on the line, right? So there's still estimation. Now, in a few weeks, that idea is going to become very important. So you're really always estimating. You're estimating that it's going to be right on the line. That's kind of an easy estimation, though, isn't it? Yeah. So what's going to be the value for 0? 0. What about 1? 200. Then what?
400.
And it increases by 200 each one?
Yes.
Okay, so 600,
800.
then 800, then 1,000, 1,200, and then 1,400, okay? Can you see that on the film? Does that come out? Can you see that? Yes? All right, it'll be all right. All right, now, let's do this one. So what's going to be the T? What's going to be the T? What's the first one here going to be?
0, 0.
0.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You know, if I did that with my 10th graders, they couldn't do that. But something about 7th graders get into that rhythm of speaking together. Have you ever noticed that? If you come into my 10th grade, they're all like all over the exactly. But 7th graders, it's like a choir. You know, my little science choir in here. I love it. Okay, so let me see if I can get a better mark. All right, my kingdom for some actual markers. Okay, so now we're going to do some estimation. So what's the first one going to be? That's going to be easy. 0, right? Then what?
175. 170. 175.
Okay, can we? All right, I'm the judge. Okay, I will take your input and then make a decision. Okay, my decision is final. Just like many of you won't get the analogy, but calling balls and strikes, right? You don't tell Blue, we call him Blue. Okay, we're not gonna tell Blue what we think of his call, right? So we'll say 175. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that all right? All right. Now, so 175. Okay. Now, what's the next one?
300.
300. That's pretty easy, right? Then what?
400. 450. 420.
Number 3, 450.
Yeah.
Is that good? And then 4,
600.
600.
600.
Then 5 is going to be
600.
okay. And we have a power failure. Can you still see?
Yeah.
We had a power failure. We filmed through a power failure. Isn't that wonderful? Excellent. Okay, and you know what? The fan went off. I can hear. Isn't that wonderful? We should have power failures more often. That was wonderful. The emergency light went on and you couldn't really, it was pretty worthless, wasn't it? Okay. So what's number 6? Times 6. 600? And what's this one going to be?
700.
No, number 7, second 7 is going to be 600 too, right? So 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4, 5, 6, and 7 is 600. Now what? 800. And this is 1,000. And what's 10 going to be? 1,200. Okay, good. Now what we'll do is we'll quit this, and then we're going to graph them on the board. Okay, we'll come back and we'll make another video. Okay, But what I want you to do is, I want you to take out your graphs and see how well you did. And if you couldn't do it, we're going to get you started. Understood? So take out your graphs and I want to see them. All right? Be right back, Fred. Okay.
Fred?
Fred, yeah, his name is Fred.